Monday, July 20th, outside Rhi'anon. None of us miss the mosquitoes and leeches of the marsh, but this bleak landscape is hardly better. We are outside the old trow city of Rhi'anon, abandoned centuries ago in the war which nearly exterminated their race. Each hour brings us closer to Balor's fortress, and almost certainly to the end of our own lives. After weeks of shadowing us, Soulblighter's army vanished after the battle on the Gyo. He's certain to show up again soon, but meanwhile it's given us a welcome rest from fighting. Ulrich has been busy again, hardly sleeping, I'm told, planning for the coming battle. A single berserk reached us yesterday, after having come all the way over the mountains from the city of Willow, 1,400 miles away. He delivered to Ulrich a single package the size of a man's fist wrapped in rags, and refuses to talk with anyone about events in the West. A small group of us are going into the city ahead of the main force tomorrow to secure a bridge, which Ulrich fears the enemy would destroy if we attacked in force. Once it has been secured, the Legion will follow.
Presumably that was Balor in the cutscene. Looks like he's eager to make our acquaintance. But he's going to have to cool his heels for a bit because we have some other items on our agenda. Our mission info here says that we're supposed to fight our way into this ruined city and take control of a bridge. And also says that there's going to be a large enemy force that we have to avoid, which, depending on how you look at things, is either implausible or ominous. Because we have a really good force here ourselves. We've got these forest giants, lots of zerks, some good range support, so we should be able to take on almost anything. I guess we'll see. Now, just before I started recording here, I did drop in some more unit names from folks on the forum. I actually brought back all the archers we previously had in service, so that's Captain Swing, Jostaban, Sarasathikos, Arajai, Bois, Wanamingo, and Goldwhacker. And, of course, the game engine doesn't realize that you guys are veterans, so you're just newbie archers again. You'll have to earn back your kills. We do have some real veterans from the previous mission, from the Watcher. So, several Zerks, including Crunny Socket, Brass Tassels, and Snurwadlow. And finally, we have a couple of new guys. They wanted to be tagged onto Forest Giants. So, that's Limber Limbo and Forest Foolery, we'll say. Let's use your imagination on that one, I guess. Our first obstacle is this little snack-sized group of Myrmidons, and unless they've got an army in their back pocket, that's not the force that we need to avoid. So let's go ahead and break down this barrier that's separating us.
What now?
I don't want to use my satchel charges yet, so I'm just going to have to chuck some cocktails around for a bit. I'm doing these individual throws here because I'm trying to reduce the chance of bounce back. Come on. This combat gardening is a little more hazardous than you might guess. Along with those odd bounces, there's also all that woody, thorny shrapnel that gets thrown around. That'll hurt if it hits you. So, we'll probably get scratched up a bit here, but that's okay. Never a dull moment in the Legion.
What now? Incoming!
Okay, one more. Alright, that is quite enough of that. Let's move back here into an ambush posture. So basically what we're going to be up to here is we're going to try to survive a Myrmidon rush And I don't think I'm going to use my archers for this. They don't have a lot of time, so they're not going to deal out a lot of damage. I'd rather just not have them to worry about. But what I am going to do here is use one archer to try to convince these Myrmidons to back up. There we go. The reason for that is that they're going to be chasing a forest giant back into our ambush. And the longer a chase it is, the more separation we can get between them and the forest giant. And that makes our ambush work better. So we're going to use, let's use Limburg for that. Put him front and center there. I'm just going to park our other two forest giants, and hopefully Limburg won't have to do much fighting either. We are in a... This ancient city here is a Trow city, so presumably we are going to have to fight some Trow. That means we want to keep our forest giants nice and fresh until the Trow show up. Meanwhile, though, let's send out Limburg to apologize for our rude archer. Let's see if the Myrmidons would like to maybe come back and engage in some dialogue about it. Shouldn't be too hard to grab them. Myrmidons are kind of short-fused. Right, guys? Okay. Thought I didn't have them there, but good old Myrmidons, they never let you down. Alright, everybody just hang on, and then we'll let the dwarves drop the hammer.
Die, fools!
Well, that was a remarkably poor showing by the dwarves. But I guess it worked out okay. We don't seem to be hurt much. All is well that ends well. Let's move back up here and see if there's anybody else around. Oh, yeah, there is. What is this? Well, we have Ignia Farouk and his posse. Just a single Trow, not a real big deal, but he does have some good melee support. So, one thing we're not going to do is just hurl all our units out there through the gate. That would be a pretty aggressive move that would probably result in us having to fight that entire enemy group. What we're going to do instead is try to repeat our Myrmidon taunting. And if we can split off some of those Myrms, then we can sort of divide and conquer here. Alright, let's put everybody on hold. And let's go see how disciplined these Myrmidons are. Okay, the answer is not very. So I'm going to stop on that side of the gate so they don't run away. And it's clobbering time. Okay, so while they're having some fun, we need to keep a close eye on the rest of the enemy troop out there. Okay, let's bring everybody back in. Let's see if the dwarves can redeem themselves. Well, not too bad, I guess. Let's make sure the dwarves get way back, because I think we're about to have a Trow incident. Yeah, alright. Let's make sure he's locked in on the forest giants. And we'll bring him past some Zerks for some nice swarming action. Beauty. Okay. I think we've cleared out the immediate entryway here, so let's go ahead and move on into the city.
Let's go.
Now, since our mission info was pretty emphatic about there being some major badness in here, let's scout around a bit. Don't want to step into anything by accident. Ooh, yeah, let's not go that direction. Hopefully they didn't see me. Let's forge off to the east instead. See if that looks any better. Another trow on patrol. Oh boy. So there's a temple or something over here and another pretty intimidating group. I don't think we want to draw their attention. Let's see if we can just kind of hug the wall over here and run east for a while. If we avoid slipping too much to the left, we should manage to stay out of this northern group's range. So meanwhile, let's take deep roots and keep looking around. Oh, got another group. Well, if that's the extent of them here, this is definitely the least of multiple evils that we've seen so far. We can take this group. Now, the interesting part is the fetch. We don't want to be tangled up in a melee when the fetch comes into range. We've already seen that fetch are not particularly concerned about hurting their own units if it comes down to zapping us. So we'll need to do something about the fetch, but we can figure that out. I think we should set up to fight them out here, rather than in amongst these fences and stuff. I like a little more, a little more open ground, especially for the ranged units. Speaking of which, I think this is going to be another fight that the archers are going to sit out. Sorry, guys. I'll use you when I can, but Myrmidon Rush is not the place, I don't think. Now, I'm a little paranoid about getting in range of that group over there. Let's scoot over just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to make sure the dwarves have room to retreat.
I'm moving.
Okay. Now, as for the forest giants, who's green? I have a plan for the fetch. It'd be nice if we could actually use our archers on the fetch, but I think it's probably going to be so chaotic. And the fact that we have newbie archers, that it's a low percentage plan. What I'm going to do instead is split deep roots out there to the left, to the right, and hopefully be able to run him around behind the battle. So if I can pull the enemy through there, then we should be able to have deep roots sneak around and smack the fetch. We shall see. I'll put Limburg over on the flank here, and I guess that's it. Let's make sure everybody's on hold. And let's kick the tires and light the fires, see what happens here. Yeah, wait a minute, where's everybody going? I especially don't want that group going over that direction. Maybe I can convince them to come this way? There we go. Fetch is a little close, but I don't believe she's going to be able to get me. Alright. We'll take a path through here, and let's set our anti-fetch weapon in motion. Alright. Let's see if the dwarves can excite us for once. Do some good here, shorties.
Chill. Get back up.
Alright, -1 fetch. Myrmidons are down, and we have a trow coming. So, let's see if we can do second verse same as the first with our trow fighting here. Excellent. Getting a little orange on forest there. Gonna have to keep that in mind. But we made it through, and we did not attract the attention of that big army on the temple. So let's scoot over this way some, and then we'll keep moving east. Now, keep in mind that we're looking for a canal that has a bridge across it. We really haven't seen any hint of anything like that yet. And we're up against the edge of the map. We got to the corner of the interior space of the city here, so we're going to have to hang a Louie and go north for a bit. Once everybody gets over here. Let's scout out ahead with the trow. With the forest giants. What do we got here? Have a lot of fetch. 3, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna be fun. It does look like there's just one of them that's especially adventurous, though. Seems to be coming this way. Let's see if we can introduce her to our archers.
Let's go.
Okay, here's your time to shine, guys. I know you're newbies, but there's 8 of you. You should be able to take her down.
Over here.
Let's bring out some lightning rods.
Go. Yes. Over here.
What's next? Just one more? Okay. Well, I guess no one said that extra-dimensional lightning priestesses had to be particularly bright. If they're just going to come one at a time, that's fine with me. Although it looks like we have 2 now. At least they're kind of in a line. Come on. Alright. Good shooting, guys. Keep it up. Looks like we have 5 to go. It's nice that we're getting some kills here. Let's maybe scoot over just a little bit. No, wrong way. Ah! Oh, one more. Come on, one more. Get her! Oh, cutting it a little close. Now what? Let's take that one on the left. Okay, I think that makes that 7 down, 2 to go. All right. Good, very good. got some nice kills out of that. Well, for most of our guys.
Sir?
Boy, Wanamingo really cleaned up. I guess maybe a bonus of being near the center there. Good. Veterancy.
Let's go.
I guess that which does not electrocute me makes me stronger. Well, no sign of that super huge army back here, so that's at least one good thing. What have we got? Over there's just a patrol-sized group. Let's see if we can pull those Myrmidons off. The twitchiness of the Myrmidons really is the Achilles heel of all the forces on this particular mission. Okay, let's stop the archers. Don't want them to shoot the Myrmidons. I want to save the archers for the fetch.
Let's go. I'll do it.
Okay, where's that fetch?
Get back.
Come on, get it.
Yeah.
Ow, 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 ow. A little slow there, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still breathing though. Let's scooch up a little bit further to the north.
Over here.
What is this, another patrol? Yeah. Let's see if we can go grab their attention. I'd rather fight them now than later. There we go. Come on, Myrmidons. We'll let the other squadron of Zerks take these guys. Balance things out a little bit. No shooting the Myrmidons.
Die, fools.
Alright.
Over here. Let's go.
There. That worked better. Almost like we planned it. And look what we have up here. We've got something that might be a canal. Let's head on up here and then just kind of go along the edge of the canal here to find our bridge. Well, there it is. And we have a... looks like a couple of stray Myrmidons running across. They're probably tattletales. Guess they're going to inform someone that we're coming to kill them, which is fine with me. Let's go ahead and bring everybody else on up here. So, what are we looking at? Well, this is going to be a good fight. That's a pretty interesting force. It looks like the Myrmidons are not going to be the first ones across the bridge. They're probably not going to try to squeeze through there, so we're going to be looking at some trial and fetch action for starters. However, for these Myrmidons, I think it would be a good time to use the satchel charges that I've been saving up. And they seem to be cool with that. Maybe they think we're just bridge inspectors. Okay. Now we want to make extra double sure that our dwarves don't set that off too soon. So we'll put them back here, facing away from the bridge. Now, as for what we want to do next, I think we want to do some long-range agitation of those fetch. This is going to be a little dangerous because I'm going to be standing on explosive items while playing with fetch. I guess that's why they pay us the big bucks in the Legion. So if the fetch come across, we'll try to have our archers deal with them, and if the trial come across, we will run. Now, the reason I want a really accurate archer here is because I want to pick on a particular fetch. Hard to believe, I know, but I want to hit one of these side fetches, not the one in front. And you'll see why in just a minute. Okay. Don't shoot the trowel, shoot the fetch. Alright, so the remaining two fetch will come after us, and since there's two of the side ones, they're kind of grouped a little bit together. Not as much as I would like this time. Yes! But it's working out pretty good. Okay. Now, archers, run for your lives. Because we have big bad news coming down the pike here.
He's mine. Get back up.
Alright, everybody back. So far so good. Now we just have some Myrmidons to look at. That means it's the dwarf's turn to try and even this out a bit. Nice. Very nice. Okay. No, stuck forest giant. Oh boy, okay. Came out alright anyway. Way to go, guys.
Oh yeah. All right.
And the bridge is ours.
Yay!
Okay, that was fun. I really enjoyed optimizing this mission. I've spent more time on this one than probably most or all of the others. There are these set-piece battles throughout the mission that most of them don't have a lot of randomness in them. It's more just placing your units and using the different unit types correctly. And it was really interesting to kind of iterate on those and figure out the best tactics to use. This is the best example of that I've seen so far in Myth, I think. There was one spot that was pretty annoyingly random. That was when you first meet those 9 fetch and your archers don't have any kills yet, or at least mine didn't. The dice can really screw you there. Your archers can just miss everything. So that's why I'd run out those lightning rod units. Turned out I didn't need them this time. But, so okay, I'm not going to argue with that. I am just pleasantly surprised that we ended up with 0 casualties. I was really expecting to get an archer zapped or lose a Zerk in one of those big fights. But we came through it in the clear. So in the story, we're approaching Balor's fortress. We've kind of secured this route through the ancient Trow City, and hopefully the Legion is bringing in some real heavy hitters behind us because there's some mean, nasty stuff in the middle of the city. But it's not our problem. We did our job here. So let's go ahead to the next level and see where we're off to now.